Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Daniella'S Writing Diaries. I haven't filmed one of these in a couple months, but I'm happy that I haven't because I feel like this video is super important and it's going to lead into a handful more of wonderful videos like these. I just want to call this episode, I guess, like the healthy hiatus. I think that taking hiatuses can be really healthy for one's like creativity. You get to take different creative breaks. I spent a couple months painting to kind of use that as like a creative outlet. I have news about the third book and what's been going on with that. And I also have been filming like crazy this weekend, so I want to get into everything. Please don't forget to please don't forget to give this video a like, a comment if you wish, and to hit the subscribe button. So I don't think I'm like important enough to use the term hiatus, but I think everybody in their own right takes their own hiatuses, whether it be a work hiatus and you go on sabbatical, or you take a smoking hiatus, or you take a hiatus from watching a certain program or using your phone, trying to get less screen time. And my hiatus definitely is geared towards creativity. So when I take little breaks, I don't create a single thing. I'll just do little outlets of certain things, and I actually was reminded today that a lot of my creative breaks have been through things that I didn't even know were like me just trying to like find a new source of creativity. So when I was painting, that was my way of just like, I thought, you know, releasing my mind and letting everything go and just taking away the stress of like the work week or stuff going on in your life. And I didn't know that that was actually a way of me dealing with, you know, not writing or not making YouTube content or not making Instagram content. And I kind of looked at it and thought I was being creative that entire time, and I thought I was just like not trying to force myself into creativity by like, you have to sit down and you have to paint. Like, I willingly was watercoloring everything that came into sight, and it really did make me feel a lot better, pulled me out of like some just like mental ruts that I get into with myself. And I can tell you that the painting as well as going on vacation has made a humongous difference because I came back ready to work. I feel like there's this light that hits me when I come back from vacation. I'm more motivated than ever before. I'm really excited for a new season to come because I usually arrive back in August, so I'm looking forward to fall. And I really felt that this time because I was like, okay, I want to get home because I want to create and I want to write and I want to relaunch my blog and I want to get back to work and I want to be back in the city. So I love being away, and I love being in Portugal in my tiny little town, because I got to just enjoy time with my loved ones and really appreciate so many different things and so many different outlets, and like just enjoy looking at the scenery. Like, I think for the first time I had ever traveled to Portugal, that was the first time I actually stopped a couple times and like looked out and looked at the landscape and was like, holy shit, this is real. Like, this place actually exists and it's so beautiful, and I could write about it, but I don't think any words are ever going to do it justice. And I had this real appreciation for it, spending time there and looking out into like everything. And it's somewhere that like I couldn't live there per se, but I could spend a lot of time there and be really happy with my life. So being there, I used to write every summer that I went to Portugal. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because there were different sources of inspiration that were hitting me, but it's also a bad thing because I felt like I had to write when I went on vacation, and I felt that pressure. This was the first year in a really long time that I didn't fly to Portugal with a notebook. And to be honest with you, I think that was one of the most liberating things, because I feel like when you bring a notebook with you somewhere, you feel the pressure to like jot something down. And when I wanted to take a tiny hiatus, I really meant it. I wasn't just going to take a hiatus in a certain aspect and then, you know, still work on the side. So not bringing a notebook was great, and I was told, you know, oh, like, this is the circumstance and this is why you're not writing. And I thought, okay, that's not my only reasoning for writing. It's not like a certain emotion or, you know what I mean, or a person. Like, now I vocalize everything I want to say instead of putting it on paper. Like, I'm very much so in love. So anytime I have an emotion or a feeling or I want to say something, sometimes I'll jot it down in the notes on my phone, or I'll just literally turn to him and be like, like just let it all out. So, and that's a great thing because I'm not staying within the realm of that type of writing, but I'm expanding more and I'm learning more. So before I left for Portugal, even when I wasn't posting on YouTube or I wasn't posting on Instagram, behind the scenes, I was actually working on book number 3. I wasn't gonna call book number 3 until I'd hit 10,000 words, and I have hit 10,000 words. I'm in book pages, not in like letter pages. I am about 60 pages deep into a book, and it's pretty weird because I could just hand this in as a short story and be done with it, but it's too long now to be a short story. And I think that it's something that I will not self-publish. I will definitely put this into other people's hands because there's more to this than I can give it. Like, I can't just give it to family and friends and people that used to read my blog or watch my YouTube channel or recommended my books from a friend. This is something that I want to actually go someplace. And in terms of self-publishing before, that was a really great way to practice and to hustle, but I don't think I'm gonna do it anytime soon ever again. Not ever again, but like anytime soon again. Like, I don't think that I'm gonna do that. I think that my main focus right now is to take my time with book number 3. I do have an internal deadline for myself now that I've, you know, took a bit of time on it and I've hit the mark that I wanted to hit in terms of announcing that it was gonna be something. I love the storyline. I'm really interested in it. I see this character everywhere. I see her everywhere. I was at karaoke night in Portugal and the song Lucky was on the list for Britney Spears. And I thought about the scene I wrote where she's pouring her heart out and singing Lucky by Britney Spears and bawling her eyes out on stage. And I was like, oh my god, like, this would be really cool. Like, now that I'm actually in a karaoke setting, like, you know, I have more of a visual, and all it takes is literally watching like YouTube clips of like karaoke scenes. Like, there's so much more detail that needs to be put into the book. I have a plot, I have like a climax in the book, I have an ending already, I just need to fill it. So I think my next Writing Diaries video is going to be showing you guys how I brainstorm the book, and I'm gonna use just like a blank wall and a long piece of paper, and I'm just gonna write everything out. I'm gonna put sticky notes of all the main plot points and little dialogues and see where I can fit them so that everything goes in chronological order, but that's for another video. So people probably are wondering if I'm still writing. I am. I just like to write one project at a time so that I don't get sidetracked. And my current project is book number 3. And I'm focusing on that because I don't want to sit too long on it and lose that spark with it yet. I haven't jumped back into it in a month because I wanted to give myself some time to gain some new like inspiration for it, watch a few movies, watch a few TV shows, read a couple books that kind of remind me of this book but not really plot-wise. I think that there's so far in the market nothing like this book. I haven't read anything like it. I've done my research, I've googled, I have not seen anything that is similar to this book. So hopefully nobody writes a book with this content until somebody picks it up and decides to publish it. Yes, okay. So if you see, often I do take certain breaks. I won't post for a couple weeks, or I'll spam and then I will go away. And I'm trying really hard to stay consistent with YouTube. So when I get into kind of like burnt out states where I just don't feel like doing anything, I don't like to force myself because nothing good will come out of that. Nothing that I'm proud of will come out of that. But when I get into creative bursts like this, where I'll spend the entire, like, it's a long weekend right now as I'm filming this, so I'll spend the entire weekend filming, just filming like crazy, editing like crazy. Right now I have 4 videos sitting in my YouTube to be uploaded, which is that makes me so happy because that's a month's worth of content. And right now this is going to be a 5th video. I have a vlog that I want to edit, and it's like just mixed footage of everything that I think I want to show. And then I wanted to film another series really quickly and be done with it and just enjoy the rest of my evening, shower, wait for my dad to land from Portugal. So I'll spend an entire weekend just working my ass off and like creating, editing until I'm fully satisfied and I feel like I've created enough content. But those can also become really draining because then the work hits, the work week hits, and you're just kind of like, everyone's like, how was your weekend? And you're like, oh, it was great, it was relaxing. But then it's also like, oh, I edited like crazy and made videos, and then you don't really want to just get into that. But I'm happy I put in all of this work because it's worth it, and it makes up for a lot of the little breaks that I take because I don't want to be creatively burnt out, or else it'll really affect my like work ethic. I'll put out content that I'm not happy with, and I'm not just creating just to create. There will be times that I'll make like 30,000 videos in a weekend. Not 30,000. I'll make 10 videos and only 5 are going to be uploaded because 5 didn't make the cut. As long as I have that 5, I don't mind that I edited and filmed the other 5 because I want to be happy with what I'm putting out. A lot of the times I do a lot of this stuff private and I'll vlog it and then eventually put it into a vlog. But I'm trying to get into healthier ways of creating so that I'm not down on myself and thinking you could be doing this, you're not doing this, you could be doing this, but you're not doing this. And a lot of this has to do with time management. So I could spend an entire weekend binging TV shows and watching movies, but I'll save that for the weekend where I can do all of that, knowing that I have all of these videos under my belt and a bit of writing time. I think I am going to go back to journaling because although I should be working on one project at a time, I feel like it's important that I get a lot of my daily emotions out and just set little goals for myself. So I'm going to be going back to doing that. But when I'm not doing, YouTube or writing or working, especially because my work schedule is 9 to 5, no breaks in between to really edit or film or do anything. Because my schedule is like that, I really take advantage of like weekends, long weekends, and get everything done so that I can enjoy the rest of my weekends and still do my like little weekend dates and like my sleepovers and like all that stuff and all the stuff that really matters to me, so that when I get home the Sunday, I can edit if there's anything left to be edited, I can upload, I can write. And time management plays a huge role in that because I wouldn't be able to enjoy my weekends had I not bulked up all of these videos. So I think when you take a hiatus, you really give yourself that time to find that motivation again and to find that inspiration again, so you can put your creativity into all the different outlets that you have. It doesn't have to be videoing, like videotaping, making videos. Why did I struggle with that? It doesn't have to be vlogging or blogging or Instagramming or tweeting or writing or even just like creating anything. Art, clothing, regardless of what it is. You don't have to do it all, but when you take a hiatus, you start to really appreciate having that outlet to do everything, and you find yourself back at a place once the hiatus is over that you're like, okay, I'm ready to go again. And I understand that a lot of people like to work a bit more consistently, and I try to as well, and that's why I spend these weekends creating as much as I can so that the content can stay consistent. I think 2 videos a week is unrealistic. I think 1 video a week is great so that I can continue having as much content as possible. If I find that my content is overflowing a little bit, I'll bump up and put an extra video out during the week. But fall's coming, so I need to get all my summer videos out now, and I probably will have those before this one, and then all my fall content will come. I also like take breaks during the day if I'm editing so that I'm not like, oh, I'm so tired. Like I just made a ton of cookies. They don't really taste that great, but I just made a ton of cookies and they taste amazing. They're so good. No, they're just a little bland. Maybe it's because I was focused on like editing. I don't know, but I'll like bake, I'll go for a walk, I'll go on the phone, I'll watch something. Like I really feel like watching Sex and the City from beginning to end again. And then I also feel like finishing Gilmore Girls. But then I also feel like starting One Tree Hill again. I don't think I'll start One Tree Hill again. No. I've done it too many times. I need like a couple years of break. But yeah, so take some hiatuses, you know, create in the middle of them if you feel inspired. Don't let that little piece of like creative momentum go. And don't be too hard on yourself, because it's really good to take breaks sometimes. It really does fuel a lot more motivation, and you need it. You need to give your brain a rest sometimes. It's really hard to be like always on and always thinking of what's next, and kudos to you if you can do that, because I still have not found a healthy way to do that without feeling super tired, because at the end of the day, this isn't my career. Like, I'm not making a living off of this. This is just like a fun little thing I like to do on the side. And my career is really important right now, especially because I'm young and I'm just starting out in the career world. Because I'm just starting out in the career world, so I want to make sure that I don't let that fall behind, and that I have enough energy during the week to, you know, be the best employee I can be. And that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you in any way, and that I could kind of get out my little Sunday rant out for Daniella'S Writing Diaries. What's wrong with my accent today? I don't know, but we'll figure it out eventually. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to see more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.